the way I move. First you slide, then you boom. That's a couple on you. Watch the way I move. Watch the way I move. Watch the way I move. First you slide, then you boom. That's a couple on you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's officially time to talk about this once again. We have a image that was posted here on the official Instagram for Superman and Lois. It was also posted on Twitter. Pretty much every postable social media outlet has this image right here. You got Superman's cape floating in mid-space with the caption, "What is a world without Superman?" So let's talk about it. Let's speculate. Make sure you guys do all the YouTube things. You subscribe to my channel if you're new. Comment down below what your personal thoughts and or opinions on the subject. And don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. So let's approach the question first. What is a world without Superman? When you think about the reality that we live in today, in today's world, we live in a world without Superman. Now, we do have cops, we do have firefighters, we got, anyone of importance, but we don't have an actual Superman. You know what I'm saying? So can you imagine putting yourself into the DC universe, putting yourself into the Superman universe, and can you imagine waking up one day knowing that Superman is not coming to save you or not coming to save your neighbor? Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? That question is such a great question and it's hard to answer. I can't imagine a world without Superman. But now let's go ahead and put those terms into a perspective here. So when you think about the current state, the Arrowverse is over. It's gone. Everything that was canonized with Crisis, everything no longer makes any sense no more because it was officially announced in the season that Superman in this universe, he's the only superhero. You know what I mean? There was no mentionings of any other superheroes existing. Of course, we got the Green Lantern stuff teased heavily, but Diggle didn't want to go that route. We know that the Spectre brought back the Earths, and things were, things were different. We have Earth Prime, where all of the heroes exist on that Earth, but Superman, it's on his own Earth, and it is a part of its own continuity, known as the Superverse. So yeah, things were very, very confusing. And then as the show started to progress on, we got Steel and we got his daughter, Natalie. And of course, you have Jonathan and Jordan. Now, when you think about what we have left, if Superman were gone, that leaves just Jordan, that leaves Steel, and that leaves Natalie. Could they possibly fill the void, fill the shoes, if Superman were to leave this world that they have, you know what I mean? And never be brought back? I don't think they could fill that void, and I don't think that they can fill those shoes because those shoes are going to be an impossible fit. He not only was just Superman, he was Clark Kent, a lovable character. You know what I mean? And that's a lot to think about. But man, oh man, this series, if you guys haven't watched it, go ahead and, binge watch it because that season, that final season is coming and the tears are going to be flowing. From my eyes to yours, the tears are going to be flowing. I promise you that. This is such an incredible series and it sucks that it has to end. We all kind of wanted, maybe Max to pick this up or some other streaming service to continue it. But naturally, when you jump ship and have to go somewhere else, people are subject to changing the output of things. You know what I mean? So when you think about me mentioning changing, think about what Supergirl was. You know what I'm saying? In the early days when it was on the CBS network, it was channel 2 for me. You know what I mean? A channel that I always scrolled past because it's channel 2. Who the hell would place a show on that network? But then when it came over to the CW or WB, whatever you want to call it, then things changed. You know what I mean? And it became popular. It crossed over with other shows, and Supergirl became a main face for the Arrowverse because she was known as our big gun. They introduced us to a Superman, but it ended up being just like a limited time only situation. And then, thus, Superman and Lois was born, the show, and it created its own continuity. The Arrowverse ended, and now the Superverse is here, but they didn't introduce any other characters aside from just Steel and Superman. So there could possibly be other characters out there. We just never seen them. You know what I mean? But like I said, to go back to the question, I know I'm rambling on, but I'm such a fan. This is a hard question to answer. Like, I don't see them continuing, to try to like move on with their lives without Superman. It's hard to do that. You know what I mean? But now let's talk about the cape. The cape, showing it like this means a lot. And it also sort of connects the dots. I'm not saying that it's confirming anything, but if this is the case, he loses to Doomsday and he ends up floating away in space and burning up. This is bad because if Doomsday is still at large, there's no one that could face off against him. You see, Superman had a tough time with the last villain. You know what I mean? Oh man, what was her name? Wow, I forgot her name just that fast. But if you guys remember, Superman took almost an L with that particular villain as well because he lost his powers and then he had to gain his powers back and everything like that. But if he loses to Doomsday and Doomsday is still alive, the army forces that we have, they can't stop him. And I don't think Steel will be able to stop him either. He just continues to adapt and he'll continue to keep growing stronger and stronger. Jordan won't be able to face off against him either. Man, just thinking of these ideas, just speculating right now, what could be the fate of our Superman is crazy. I really hope that he wins this fight, you know what I mean? And I really hope that they end off the show in a nice way. Send our Superman off in a nice way. I really don't want them to kill him and adapt the death of Superman storyline, even though I love that storyline. It's really, really good. Reign of the Superman, it was a great film, great animation. But when you think about a show that's ending, you don't want them to force that issue. You know what I'm saying? The death of Superman, it takes a while to get to that. You know what I mean? You need at least a couple more seasons under the belt, in my honest opinion, to adapt that storyline. Because this is our final season and we're only getting a limited amount of episodes. I do believe that they stated 10 to 13 episodes. I could be wrong, and if I am, correct me in the comment section. But I do know that we're not getting a full length, like 25 episode season. We're getting a short episode amount. And if they're trying to force that issue and give us the death of Superman, I don't think, maybe 10 to 13 episodes is enough. But what do you guys think? Do you think that, the world is in trouble? Or do you think that our Superman will pull through and defeat this doomsday? Comment down below. I'm curious to know. Also, we still have Luthor on the horizon, so even if he ends up defeating, Doomsday, that's his next fight now as well. With, Luthor on the horizons, who knows what he's gonna be up to? You know what I mean? He's out of prison. He still hasn't fully forgiven Lois and Clark for putting him away because he was, on a technicality innocent. So, yeah, Superman's greatest fight is not even here yet. And we're already adapting this storyline here, the death of Superman. This is crazy, man. This is so crazy. But this is what I get from looking at a picture like this. You know what I mean? You got the cape flowing in space. It looks all destroyed. And then you got the caption, "What is a world without Superman?" I believe all of those breadcrumbs leads to us getting a Death of Superman storyline. But I really don't like that, it has to come to this. You know what I mean? On a limited schedule, you will put a story out like this. It's crazy. But anyway, that's my time, y'all. I will catch you all in the next video. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
That was totally wicked!
I do what I just do. Tryna make my mama proud of me. I hope my mama proud of me. Cause I dropped college just so I could focus on the dream. I know my mama died of me, salute me, nasty down with me. Now two bros going back and forth, sibling rivalry. This guy gotta be the numbers like the lottery. The coldest every winter, every summer, now it hot as me. And if I spring up, put my nigga on the side of me. Ready for war,